Hey guys, Admiral here. With a new Nerdom, I've recently picked up DC Comics. Please keep in mind I'm new to the DC universe, and this is my personal opinion. With that in mind, a few weeks ago, John introduced me to DC Comics Red Hood and the Outlaws. I was a little skeptical at first because I've never read a comic book before or even knew who this Red Hood was, but I decided to give the comic a try, and as I began to read, it became very obvious why John recommended this comic to me, and I'm glad he did. To me, Red Hood and the Outlaws gives off three major morals of unconditional love, friendship, and letting go of the past. It's a little sappy, but it's what I feel as a reader. When I read this comic, I see three people who are extremely troubled by their past. You have Red Hood, who is hell-bent on revenge, trying to kill Joker and making the Batman suffer. All this darkness in his head, and he finds that light in his friends. You have Arsenal, who gives up on life, went through an alcoholic addiction, was kicked out by the Green Arrow, and tried to throw his life away against Killer Croc. He hit rock bottom and was dragged from the depths of an emotional hell by his friends. Now he's willing to die to save and protect the people who spark life in him. We see this multiple times when he fights metahumans and aliens like Cruz to protect Starfire, and even confronts an entire league of assassins by himself for Red Hood. Arsenal is my favorite character and I fucking love him. The last member of the group is Starfire, and she's hot as hell. Literally. I was introduced to Starfire in Teen Titans animated series, and seeing this version of her completely threw me for a loop. She's so different and smart. In the animated series, they made her dumb and childish, which was cute, but in Red Hood and the Outlaws, her personality was completely different. She was oblivious, but also fierce and intellectual. Sometimes she was even straight savage, killing people, or at least trying to, out of anger. However, it's not just the characters that made this comic for me, it's the interactions they had together. There was a scene where Red Hood had found Starfire and was spending some time with her alone on an island off the coast of Florida. He gave this amazing monologue about friendship where he says, "It's a load of bull to think of friendship and romance as being different. They're not. They're just variations of the same love, variations of the same desire to be close." Believe it or not, this is my favorite line from the entire comic because every interaction these three have can be defined by this one line. Starfire and Arsenal have a very romantic type of love, while Arsenal and Red Hood had a equal love for each other, even though they were friends. Then you have Starfire and Red Hood, who had a more intimate friendship, where Starfire kept kissing him to show her affection, but in a non-sexual way. This is so deep to me because people today, especially in America, don't know the difference. They don't really see a difference because sex and romance is all that's portrayed by the media. This comic and those words do an amazing job of portraying what true friendship and companionship is. My favorite arc was when Red Hood lost his memories, and Arsenal and Starfire went to find him. Arsenal almost died in the process, but he wouldn't give up the search for his friend. Of course, they found him with no memories. Red Hood pushed him away, and out of desperation, Arsenal teamed up with the Untitled to fight a league of assassins and save his friend. This led to one of the longest and most action-packed arcs in the entire comic. I even got a little taste of Ra's al Ghul. My second favorite arc was when Starfire went back to her planet to save it from an evil alien race who was enslaving her people. The reason I like this arc is because we got to see Blackfire, who wasn't actually a villain like she was portrayed in the animated series. She actually loved Starfire and was just doing what she had to do for her people. This was very heartwarming, in my opinion. And my third favorite arc was when Jason was kidnapped by Joker and had his face burned off with acid. The Joker is insane. I never knew he had such an obsession with the Red Hood. What made this arc for me was when Batman hugged Red Hood in his arms during his recovery. I thought Batman hated Jason, but in this one panel I can see how truly complicated their relationship really is. Red Hood, Starfire, and Arsenal have the world against them in this comic, but it doesn't matter because they have each other. I rate Red Hood and the Outlaws a 10 out of 10. It had a great story, great characters, and great action. It really turned me on to the world of DC Comics. I've already started reading Batgirl, and I'm planning to read more about Supergirl and Wonder Girl, who by the way was a complete badass in the short appearance she made with the Teen Titans. I always thought Wonder Girl was just a whiny teenager, but she was really cool. I'd also like to read on the real Teen Titans, and John has recommended Titan Hunt. So thank you guys for watching. Comment below some DC comics you recommend for me to read. I'm completely open to suggestions, and I'd like to hear your thoughts. Later.